All right, so today I want to talk about your reality is tuned into your frequency, and that's basically contributed by the power of the tongue, and the universe confirms your truth, which the truth that you speak on yourself. And it's crazy how I got into this. Like when I started this business 6 years ago, shit, I was down and out. I was broke. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping in my car and everything like that. But I just put my mind to the fact that I gotta hustle, make this shit happen. I've been in entrepreneurship before, copywriting, ghostwriting, everything like that. And, I have minimal success, but it wasn't nothing that could really sustain me. And then prior to me doing what I was doing security, strip club security. I did security, estate security at Steve Harvey's house. It was a nice house. This was when he lived in Sandy's, where was that at? Some years ago. This was when he lived, I think it was in Sandy Springs, Alpharetta area. I heard he bought Tyler Perry's old house somewhere else. I wasn't doing security at that house. And, my son was on over everything. And I know I had an issue with my mom's son. And I left the house and I was just living in my car. But at the same, and then COVID was going on too. So I couldn't work the security because everything was shut down. So I had to rely upon what I'm doing today. And prior to that, so this really got going in March of 2020. Prior to that, in January, February, I'm doing everything to make this work, and it didn't work. And once I made the video that I've been using for the past 6 years, things flipped like that. But what happened within that is, instead of me being miserable and crying and complaining about my situation, I just thought to myself, like, I'm gonna make this shit work. I'm gonna make it work. And I don't remember exactly what I was telling myself during that time, but pretty much whatever I was putting out in the universe came back to me in tenfold. Cause like I said, March, everything started going, and by May of 2020, for y'all who have been with me this long, it just exploded. And then in July 2020, when I first traveled to Birmingham to Miami, and it went from there. But prior to this, when I was younger, when I speak about the power of the tongue, I remember I used to just be um, walking around with like miserable, you know what I'm saying? Because my situation, what I wanted to be, and I wasn't speaking prosperity and wealth over myself. It was like the thoughts was like, okay, I'm at a dead end. What can I do to, quickly make something happen? And with what I'm doing now, it wasn't no quickly matter. Just like, I'm gonna hustle this out and I'm gonna make it work for me. And that's just reflective of the belief I had in myself, because there was nothing else I could fall back on. During COVID, they was telling everybody you had to shut down. Man, me and who the person who my massage therapist at the time, who gave me the opportunity to do what I'm was doing, we was just hustling. We was doing what we had to do, because who's gonna make something happen for me like I can make it happen for myself. So the universe was recognizing, like, okay, we see you. Even though you're going through your shit, you still out here doing what you need to do. We agree with you. We aligning with you. We gonna make it happen. So when I speak about the power of the tongue, man, you always gotta speak belief within yourself. And you gotta actually believe it. I remember I made a video the other day when I was in Jacksonville, when I was about to leave, that late night, early morning. Well, yeah, late night. And I made a video about a woman who passed away on a motorcycle accident last week over here in Atlanta. And I remember seeing her stories and stuff. She would say little shit, that contributed, that I feel like align with what happened to her, because she would, speak like negativity into her life. And, you know, it came back full circle. And that's why I'm always thinking, like, damn, the shit I used to say in the past, have I put enough goodwill in where I can circumvent that? Because even I ran into my homeboy at Publix. He works at Publix, daily meat manager. And we was talking about childhood and stuff like that. And he mentioned something related to what I do. I'm like, bro, did I not always say I'm gonna do this shit? Did I not always say this is the life I'm gonna live? And it came back full circle. And I said, man, you know what's next, man? These multi-millions. speaking that to existence. So, you know, the universe will take a collective picture of everything that you have going on and say, okay, what do you truly find yourself aligning? Where is your energy truly aligned at? Now, where your words are at, where is your energy and your actions? Is it matching exactly what you want, or is it matching this, what you are, you know, I wouldn't say subconsciously, consciously thinking this is who you truly are, but you're trying to put on a fake front. So the universe will come back to you and say, look, even though you want this, you don't really want it. This is where your real energy lies. This is where your words are speaking. This is where your actions are aligned with, and we're going to give you exactly what you are asking for. So, you know, I say this because I can go on forever talking about this. Like, this is one of my favorite topics, and talking about, you know, reality creation, being an operator of your reality, you know, putting yourself in a position to win, you know, operating outside of the distractions that the society has put on you in order to keep you away from your true power source. So this is one of my favorite topics, and I remember I wanted to keep all this separate, but man, everything that I do is who I am. So I'm just gonna give y'all the true version of me instead of, you know what I'm saying, not really saying too much, just putting stuff out there. Now y'all gonna get the real version of me, so you can understand exactly where I'm coming from, what I believe in, and pretty much how I hold myself. So yeah, like I said, the universe is going to give you exactly what your energy is reflecting. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. You could talk a good game, but who you truly are is what the universe is going to find. What the universe is going to tell you. This is who you're defined by, because this is who you told us who you are, based on how your energy is radiating throughout the universe, and pretty much how you are operating to have this, you know, be what your reality is. And like I said, I've been through shitty situations. My 20s was shitty. It was shitty financially. It was terrible. And I didn't really start winning until I turned 31. That's when I started winning. I had some good moments in my 20s, but for most of the part, you know, it was not great. But those were lessons learned that allowed me to be who I am today. Like, nothing can really get me down. Even when this business is going, so, you know, I say, you know what, it's gonna do what it do. It's gonna do what it do, because I have true belief in myself, and it always comes around. Sometimes it be like, bruh, I'm gonna make this work, and it happens. So, you know, yeah, you know, because I had that true belief in myself. And one thing I do recognize, though, when my business does go slow and I get into my thoughts like, damn, is this good? Is this gonna be the end? But you know, everything turns back around, because being an entrepreneur is fucking difficult. It is difficult. But I'm a great money manager. I know how to manage my money, and you know, I know how to put myself in a position to where I can, you know, overcome whatever little short-term obstacles I'm dealing with. So yeah, like I said, I can go on this, what, 8 minutes now. I can go on 10, 20 minutes, just keep thinking about different things that to say to solidify my point. And but yeah, I'm just gonna give y'all this quick little rundown. Like, look, the universe is gonna recognize your energy, it's gonna recognize your frequency. What you speak will bind to you. And pretty much, you know, your reality is a reflection of who you truly are. So yeah, if you're not liking what you have going on, make that necessary change, and the change starts internally before it's you know, produces externally. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Let me get up all this, because I can keep going, man. I'll holler at y'all. Talk to y'all later.